It's Friday. It's a good day to have a good day. Hello, everyone. My name's Cece Ray. Thank you for joining me. We are talking about the Real Housewives of Miami. That's right. These women are bringing it. I mean, this season is hot. But before we get into it, you know what you need to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And with that, let's break the dish. Real Housewives of Miami. I'll tell you, every episode has been flaming. They have been so good. This show is just hitting all the marks, and I mean hitting it. Now, last episode ended, unfortunately, with Lisa and Lenny, her husband. And he's come home. He's not speaking to her. So he doesn't want to be filmed. So she still has a mic on her, and she's asking him, why won't you talk to me? He's like, I have nothing to say to you. I don't want to talk to you. And she's like, why not? Why not? And he's like, I know you're not going to move out of this house until you're like ordered to move out. Do you get it? Do you get it? Ugh, what an asshole. I mean, really. He's not only just, blindsided her. We knew that was coming with that hot mic moment earlier in the season where he had this all planned. And listen, divorce sucks. I mean, it really does. So the way he's treating her makes it even worse. He just thinks, he has the money, he has control, and he can treat her any way he wants. He doesn't care. And he's going to live his life the way he wants to. And I hope she gets him for everything. That's what I hope. Well, with that being said, let's move on, recapping this. So that's how that episode ended. Now, this episode actually started with Alexia confronting Nicole, telling her that she disrespected her home, she disrespected her guests from the kind of party she had last week where she had an attorney who was a friend there to answer questions about family law. She really did it for Lisa, but all the women were there, and she felt Nicole respected her guests and respected her home. And then they shoot back to one day earlier where Alexia and Nicole are on good terms. This is before that happened. And they're planning a quote unquote gringo party. If you don't know what a gringo is, it's a Caucasian male. And since they're all married to Caucasian males, they decided to have a gringo party. So that's what you see right there. And then it moves on to Alexia and Marisol. They're going to a quote unquote fat doctor. Now, when they get in there, they sit down in the lobby, and while they're waiting for their paperwork, you know, Marisol is telling her, "Oh, it doesn't hurt. I get it all the time, and I never even really ask what's in it. I just let them do it." But what I find interesting is that in her interview, she says, "I don't know. They might give shots. They might give pills. I really don't know because I never do anything. I just hang out there." Okay, whatever you say, Marisol. I'll have another one. And what I find interesting about this place is while they're sitting in the lobby The gentleman comes out with fresh pressed watermelon cocktail with vodka in it. He tells him it's 72 calories, and he tells Marisol that hers is a little bit stiffer because he knows she likes it that way. What doctor's office do you get to go to where they're serving cocktails? I want to go to that doctor's office. I really do. I would go to the doctors all the time if I thought they're going to serve cocktails. So anyway, they go into the room, and Marisol is giving Alexia the shot, and the doctor's standing right there. What doctor's office lets one patient give another patient a shot? Mind blowing. Maybe I guess only if you're a real housewife you get to do that. I still want to know what doctor's office serving the cocktails because I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but I would definitely be there for sure. Then it goes on to Nicole and Julia, and Nicole has called Julia, and she's saying to her, "Listen, we need a redo trip because the trip to the Keys was really a bust because that's when Lisa had found out that her husband was asking for a divorce, and she had to leave early." So they weren't really thrilled with that trip. So she's saying, "Let's do a redo trip. Let's go to the Bahamas." And Julia's like, "Yeah, I'm in. Sure, I'll do it." So now you know that they're going to be heading to the Bahamas. This is the next trip that they're going to be taking, you know. And then it clicks over to on Adriana and Julia. They're having lunch together, and Adriana is talking about how upset she is that she feels really hurt that Alexia and Marisol are treating her the way they do. She doesn't understand it. They've been friends for years. They've been through good times, bad times. Like, she doesn't get it. And it's true, they are treating her differently. Um, However, I have to say that even though I love Alexia, I mean, I really do, she's beautiful, she's a good mom. This season, she's been a little bit different. Uh, Maybe it's because she's been hanging around with Teresa Giudice. I don't know. But she's definitely different this season. She really doesn't care. She's going at people, whether she's right or wrong. Half the time she's been wrong. She doesn't want to admit she's wrong. Sound familiar? So, and Marisol's just, yep, just agreeing with her. So, I'm not quite sure what's up with Alexia this season. I'm a little disappointed in her, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. I mean, you might be thinking completely differently. And then Julia starts talking about how her and Martina are starting the adoption process. So she's been going through agencies, and I found it kind of um, unsettling that Julia is explaining that when she's calling these adoption agencies, she feels like she's walking on eggshells when she says, "Do you accept same sex couples?" It just tells you that where we are still in this time frame in society. She shouldn't feel like that. She shouldn't feel like she needs to walk on eggshells. She should be confident to be able to say, "Yep, we're a same sex couple and we want to adopt." And it should be a no brainer, but just shows you that we're not quite there yet. We're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. Larsa, I love how she's rallying around Lisa. She goes to visit Lisa's house. And listen, Larsa has been through a huge public divorce, so she knows what Lisa is about to go through and what she is going through. So she visits her at her house and, asks her how things are going. And Lisa says, well, I got bad news again. Like every day is bad news. And Larissa's asking her, what's going on. And Lisa goes on to explain how Lenny wants her out and that she's afraid and he's trying to get a court order to get her out of the house with the kids and put her in a rental until they find a house for her and the kids. What an asshole. I mean, really. However, we do know, at least I think as of this point, she's still in that house living. Uh, for how long, I don't know. But what I do know is that Reality Blurb recently came out saying that the divorce between Lisa Hochstein and her husband Hochstein and her husband Lenny Hochstein, Dr. Lenny Hochstein, is growing more contentious with each and every new court document. In new divorce filings, Lenny is accusing Lisa of making disparaging comments about him to their children, Logan and Ellie, and is attempting to turn them against him. Specifically, Lenny says Lisa has been continually bad-mouthing his relationship with model girlfriend Katerina Mazeppa, and trying to actively alienate the children from him. Duh, of course she's going to badmouth her. She's still married to you, and this is his girlfriend. My daughter's going through the same thing, by the way. She got married in 2019, and this asshole was cheating on her the whole time. I mean, through I do and everything. Matter of fact, he's so twisted that he tried to get my daughter to be friends with the girl he was sleeping with. And at the time, she didn't know that this was going on. That's how twisted he is. So I get that Dr. Lenny here can be extremely twisted as well. Duh, of course she's going to badmouth her. She feels like this woman came in to the situation and ruined her marriage, and you went with her. Of course she's going to badmouth her. In the documents obtained by Page Six, Lenny claims that Lisa had been gracious enough to let him visit their children in their marital home every day, but has since turned the tables and is trying to exact revenge on him after going public with his girlfriend. Possibly that could be true. Uh, Per the documents, Lenny gave an example of Lisa's alleged vindictive behavior after she planned an Aspen trip with the children and Katharina. He alleges that Lisa told her son and daughter, your dad wants to take you with the woman who he's leaving us for. Yeah, that might have happened. I'm not sure, but you never know. He says Lisa's childish antics are causing their two children to have confusion, anxiety, and sadness. No, asshole. You started this. You started this because you want to have your way. You didn't respect the vows of your marriage. You started this. You started flaunting some girlfriend around your wife. Yeah, you started this. Lisa has responded to Lenny's allegations in a statement given to the outlet and staunchly denies that she has ever tried to keep Lenny from their kids, accusing Lenny of feeding false perceptions to the court. I have now and will always encourage my children to have the best relationship with their father. Having two loving parents will always be my priority for my children, she stated. Lenny also claims that Lisa refuses to let the children sleep at his apartment because Katharina's presence, calling Lisa's apprehension irrational and preposterous. Yeah, she probably doesn't want the kids around your girlfriend. Yeah, I could see that. That being said, what kind of mother would I be if I didn't try to stop my husband's girlfriend, the self proclaimed home wrecking whore, from going anywhere near my children, she said in a statement. Yeah, that's right. Tell him, Lisa. Why would she want her children around a girl like this? Hello? Lisa concluded her message alleging that Katharina was an unknown presence in her home for years as she seduced Lenny. Not exactly family friendly behavior, she stated. Well, let's give credit where credit's due. It takes two to tango. It wasn't only this girl, it was the husband, Dr. Lenny, too. I don't think he was showing family friendly behavior. Let's think about it. The only behavior he's showing is thinking from his waist down. That's what he's doing. Both Lenny and Katharina have admittedly denied having an affair or any kind of relationship prior to Lenny's separation from Lisa. Give me a break. Dr. Lenny, you had a hot mic moment where you had planned this out. And then you went to your wife and told her that you wanted a divorce because you had a girlfriend. And now you're denying it? Give me a break. Give me a break. It's only going to get worse. Lisa, buckle up. He's not done with you yet. But hopefully, in the end, you'll come out on top. So, anyway, now we're at the gringo dinner. They're all eating Cuban food. And Alexia's still upset. And she confronts Nicole and she's saying to her, listen, you disrespected my home, you disrespected my guest. And Nicole doesn't understand, just because she was asking different questions and it wasn't family law related, that's no disrespect. And Marisol chimes in, no, the disrespect was you throwing your Black American Express card in his lap, which I could see. That was disrespectful. That was disrespectful. Uh, but then the husbands get into it because Nicole's husband says, well, we'll send him flowers and some chocolates. What kind of chocolates does he like? And Alexia's husband's like, you're going to send flowers and chocolates to him, a man? Who does that? Well, who gets in the middle of a women's argument? That's all I got to say to that. Then we jump to Julia calling a private agency this time about, adoption, and they seem more open. The woman's explaining how, they've been in business for 28 years. They think they were the first agency that actually uh, welcomed same sex couples to adopt. So this kind of makes Julia happy. Now, I'm not quite sure how that story ended because we know now that Martina was diagnosed with throat and breast cancer. She started undergoing treatments not long after she was diagnosed. And we are hoping, everybody's hoping, that she recovers and she does well. Uh, but so I'm not quite sure they actually went through with adopting a child. I haven't heard that. Then we go to the Demoya Foundation. Now, the Demoya Foundation was a charity that Alexia had a fundraiser for a couple episodes back. They help adults with talented needs to be able to live independently. And so she's there for her son. And the woman's explaining that, Frankie getting a job is going to give him confidence from working, which he needs. And it's really telling when you hear them ask, have you ever gone anywhere alone? And Frankie says, no, I'm scared. And they're talking about like taking an Uber or a Lyft. He has never done it because he's too scared. And, Alexia goes on by saying that, you know, when your son is in an accident and they almost die, it's like your job to protect them, to covet them, which is what she's been doing. And I probably would do the same thing. Absolutely, I would do the same thing. But now she sees that she's got to step back and let him go and have more independence because she's not always going to be here. One day she won't be here, and he needs to know how to take care of himself. And this agency is basically letting them know we're going to get there. Don't worry, we're going to get there. I think it's a great foundation, and we need more foundations like that for adults who need this. Then you see Alexia and Nicole having lunch together, and Nicole apologizes. So they make up, they're on good terms, and that's basically how the episode ends. However, they're showing you what to expect in future episodes. It starts with 3 days later, and you see Alexia explaining to the group that Marisol's not there because she thinks somebody's doing witchcraft on her. Okay, Marisol, how much have you been drinking? Then Alexia screaming to somebody that you're just jealous of everyone. I don't know who she's screaming at the time. And then it cuts to the final scene where you see girls fighting in the water. I don't know if it was the cameraman or the camera gets knocked over. I'm telling you, these housewives of Miami, they are bringing it. And I am loving it. Every episode is something new and good and juicy, and it is phenomenal. And these ladies are on top of it. Matter of fact, I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, that when they filmed the reunion, which I think they just taped recently, I guess Andy Cohen came out and then had to apologize to Larsa for yelling at her. That's just a rumor that I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. But I bet this reunion is juicy because the whole season's been juicy. They are bringing it. That's for sure. They are bringing it. Well, what's your opinion? What's your opinion of this season so far? I really want to know. I want to know what you think. So make sure you write it down in the comments below. And before you go, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And let me also remind you, if you are trying to figure out what to make for dinner tonight, or you are trying to plan your summer vacation, make sure you go over to familypalette.com. That's familypalette, PALATE.com. You can find a whole bunch of easy recipes, tips on traveling, places to go. You're going to love it. So make sure you check that out. Again, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because you know what we do here. We break the dish.